Kingdom 80s Summer of Greed is a game from Fury Studios and indie publisher Raw Fury, who have presented a whole lot of quality indie games like Cassette Beats and Sable, and they reached out to me, professional good opinion haver, to review their latest game. And yes, this review is sponsored by them. That's right, your boy hit the big leagues, and I'm pleased to let you know that you can check out Kingdom 80s using the link in the description below. It's been available for a few months on Steam already, and it launches today across all consoles including PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch, which is what I played it on. Y'all know me, I would not have reviewed the game on this channel if I did not think it was worth checking out, but I knew I had to play it. 1, it's a strategy game, and I'm something of a master strategist myself. 2, for the culture, and 3, y'all know I've always been a huge champion of indie games. Raw Fury, you fools, I would have played this game for free! So what is Kingdom 80s? Well, it falls into the genre of, the whole game is in the title. Monster Hunter, you hunt monsters. Pokemon, you poke monsters. Kingdom Hearts, you Kingdom Heart. And Kingdom 80s, the gameplay is Kingdom, the aesthetic is 80s. The Kingdom gameplay is like a side-scrolling base builder tower defense type game. You play as Crown Boy and start at your base camp in the middle with very few resources, then build up your defenses, upgrade your facilities, and gradually expand your territory outward. Oh, it's Kingdom, that's why it's called Kingdom, you make your kingdom bigger. The game has a day-night cycle where in the evening, monsters known as the Greed attack, so you fight them off for the night, then expand outwards the next day. The more and more days pass, the stronger the enemies gradually become, so while you're not rushed, you are incentivized to play quickly, which I think is good design. But this ain't like the previous Kingdom titles that I have not played. You're not a king on a horse recruiting peasants. This is Kingdom 80s, as in the 1980s. You're a camp counselor on a bike, bribing your campers, very young children, to work for you. You see, the 1980s was a simpler time. The internet as we know it today wasn't around. Kids were allowed to just roam free all day, and child labor laws were maybe not enforced as much. Not that they're enforced too much now, oh my god. So the game has more modern day sensibilities. You don't gain resources by farming and milking cows or whatever. Your kids work as a lifeguard and earn arcade tokens and service lemonade stands, and then you shake them down for all the money they earn. Give me that money! Your children fight on the front lines to fend off the monsters each night. But don't worry, we're playing by Skyrim rules. The kids don't die, they just become unemployed until you rehire them and launch them back into the violent zone. Look, we like to joke around a lot here on this channel, but I think it's important to establish, in real life, I am strongly opposed to capitalism, child labor, deforestation, colonization, and children immersed in warfare. But in a video game that is not real life, where I get to be the top 1%? Well, hello, lost child in the woods. Would you like a job? Get a job! Get a job! Get a job, kid! Give me them profits! I created the job, so the money is rightfully mine! All these trees? Get him out of here! Little Timmy, little Taniqua, shoot that monster! Kill it! Shoot him in the face! Eventually, you can hire knights wielding pots and pans and really big knives. Where did you get that from? Even though this Kingdom game is only single player, you're not alone in your capitalist conquest. You recruit 3 more friends along the way. You got Champ, aka Mr. Steal Your Girl, who floors at full speed over top monsters like a soccer mom in the bike lane. He also pushes your siege engine, which is just a big dumpster. Then you got the Tinkerer, who's the real MVP. She also makes the monsters eat rubber and fixes your siege dumpster and reinforces your automated defense turrets. Speaking of, your final buddy, the Wiz, who definitely does not look like me sans helmet, and it's messed up that you would even say that, Koromora. For the cost of a Wendy's fo, he builds robots that shoot lasers? What? How? Is this kid an X-Man? I played it on normal mode, and the base building gameplay is pretty satisfying, yet is pretty simple. Hire a kid, gather resources, build a wall, fend off the monsters, repeat. But where this game really has the sauce is in the aesthetic. The pixel art visuals are amazing. Perfect balance of uncomplicated design and visual clarity. And the reflection down here, I love this. This is what makes the whole game the game. You know what I'm saying? An excellent use of what would otherwise be be Dead Space, and I really appreciate the quick cutscenes between and during the levels too. When the game's opening cutscene has the famous Akira bike slide, I was like, aye, this game got some sauce. The cutscenes have a charming art style and they're animated just enough to get the point across. It shows how you can do a lot with a limited scope and smart use of resources, which is great. Efficient design, especially in the indie game scene, you know what I'm saying? The game is oozing in 1980s pop culture and loaded up with more Easter eggs than the White Rabbit's secret stash. You start at a summer camp, like in the movie Friday the 13th. You go to the mall that every 80s movie ends with. Tons of 80s movie posters hanging outside the theater in the mall. You guys remember malls? They weren't that great. Always crowded, no parking, bunch of loud ass screaming kids. Sorry, you too tall to go in the choo-choo train. The whole town is being consumed by some weird goo from another dimension, sort of like Stranger Things. There's too many references to count, like Optimus Prime, the Ghostbusters Ghostmobile, Polybius Arcade. You can trade in your bike for a DeLorean, I mean, legally distinct time travel car that shoots flames that light the monsters on fire behind you. At one point, a helicopter playing Ride of the Valkyries drops off a laser shooting tricycle. It's a pretty silly game in all the right ways. Like, come on, Sofa, King, I see what's going on here. And the soundtrack is some of that classic 80s synthwave all the way through. Between the chill beats and the relaxing reflection and the pixel perfect art, this game is just a vibe, man. Design criticism, my designer brain can't help it. And what I'm referring to as the prime-time strategy genre, as opposed to turn-based strategy, you got the player input spectrum between tower defense, which is where you set up your units and then go automatically, they don't need anything else, and real-time strategy, where you command every action of every unit in real time or close to real time. Kingdom 80s falls firmly on the tower defense side of the spectrum. As soon as you hire a kid, they just go. You don't need to assign them a job, but they pick up an available job. Outside of marking which tree to chop down and assembling a task force for the siege engine drive, you never command the kids directly. Which, to be fair, if you've ever tried to get kids to not run straight at the ball during youth soccer, then yeah, it's pretty accurate. In Kingdom 80s, the AI in general is pretty smart, but you do spend a lot of time waiting for a kid to arrive to do a task. I guess little Jonathan skipped leg day. One issue I ran into on level 1 was I was hiring a ton of childs to do labor for me, but they took my money and ran to the pool. There was like 17 kids being lifeguards. There's no one swimming. What am I paying you for? Once they have a job, I'm pretty sure you can't tell them to get a new job. Their job is just pool. If you're getting attacked, you can't tell the workers to switch to archers. If you're facing down a huge assault on the left side, you can't tell your kids guarding the right side to head over there and help. And I think the gameplay experience would benefit from at least a little bit more direct control. Since each level is one big long stretch, you do spend a lot of time biking from one side to the other just to check on it. Maybe a mini map with little icons showing who is where would have helped. And sometimes it's hard to tell which side you're getting attacked from, or even if you're getting attacked at all. A whole night would go by and I wasn't even sure what happened. Other nights I'd be like, oh whoops, we lost the entire left side of the map while I wasn't looking. So I think some indicators would help. There'd be times where at the start of a level, I spent all my money and didn't have any sources to get more. So for a couple days, I just kind of sit there. It would be nice if you could break down facilities you no longer need and spend that money somewhere else. Like over here, I don't need all these turrets. And while there were times where I wasn't quite sure how to progress, at no point did I ever think I was gonna lose. Granted, I am extremely smart, and I was also playing on normal mode, and the game has 2 higher difficulty levels. Overall thoughts. The main campaign took me about 6 hours, and I did that in a single sitting because the core gameplay loop was so engrossing. It's fun starting with just a base and building outwards and having a whole army of children to fight for you. I definitely could have finished it faster, but I overthanked some things and definitely overprepared. If you want more of a chill time, play it on normal mode. If you want a little more challenge, then I recommend playing the first level on normal mode just to get a feel for the mechanics, then restart it and play it on hard mode. Or after you finish the main story, you do unlock an endless challenge mode where you hold out for as much as possible. And at the end of the day, the game is fun and the art is dope and the vibes are chill and the mom is smoking. So check it out if you like hot strategy and hot moms. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you again to Kingdom 80s for sponsoring this review. Again, you can use my link in the description to check it out. The game is available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Steam, and mobile. And it's available now, right now. You can get Kingdom 80s now. That's it, video's over.